Hey everyone, James Holst with In-Depth Outdoors, and on this installment of On Ice, we're talking ice safety. I know, not the most exciting topic out there, but given the warm weather of this ice fishing season, I think it's rather appropriate. And I can say without a doubt, I cannot recall an ice fishing season that's so poorly matched up with the calendar. And by that I mean, hey, it's middle of January. We should be able to drive trucks out here, when in fact, we're still pulling sleds by hand. Of course, the last thing I want to do is give people the impression that ice fishing is unsafe. In my opinion, nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, I would say ice fishing is safer than crossing the street. Of course, you wouldn't cross that street with your eyes closed. And that's what brings me to my first piece of safety equipment. This is a spud from Frabill. It's a collapsible spud. And it really is what keeps your eyes open out there when you're checking ice thicknesses. I gotta tell you, I've seen far too many ice fishermen test ice thickness by jumping up and down on the ice. If it's too thin, at that point it's a little too late. So what I have here is that collapsible spud. There's a pin right here in the center that allows me to take that spud apart. But what I really like about this piece of gear is it keeps me out of harm's way. Before I get into trouble, when I'm walking or testing ice, this spud is going to reveal ice that's too thin to support my weight. So as I'm walking, I'm spudding out in front of me to make sure that I have ice thickness sufficient to support my weight. For me personally, that's 3 inches plus. While most people would consider this a piece of safety equipment, it's also a very useful piece of fishing equipment out here on the ice. That's great for reopening holes. Every once in a while, I gotta admit, I'll do something silly like freeze the apron of a portable ice house to the ice, and this allows me to chip that free. Generally speaking, if you need something cut out of the ice or put a hole into the ice, this is what I'll use when an auger isn't appropriate. And I tell you what, this is one of those products that you only buy once in your lifetime. You're gonna pass it down to your kids, so absolutely add this to your toolbox out here and you're gonna be more safe, but you're also gonna have a valuable piece of equipment out here that's gonna come in handy, I guarantee it. Now, this item is what keeps me from getting into trouble. Should I find myself in trouble, the item you see here hanging around my neck, safety spikes from Frabill, this is what gets me out of harm's way. And how these work is you hold them, you grasp them in your hands should you happen to fall in the water, and when you plunge them into the ice, the plastic sheath retracts and allows you to pull your body out of the ice and get back to safety. Without a product like this, once you're in the water and your clothing has absorbed water, it's very difficult to extract yourself without help. This is by no means a to Z safety list for someone that's going to be out on the ice. We could talk life preservers and buckets and ropes. This is my short list, the bare minimum that I'll go out on the water with. This one keeps me out of trouble. Should I find myself in trouble, this is a $6 product that's going to allow me to get myself out of the water, back to the ramp in that truck to dry off. James Holst from In-Depth Outdoors. Be safe out there, middle of January. We got lots of ice fishing ahead of us. Please do so safely.